Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a paint with me style. We are actually going to be making a set for a regular customer. So this is the set that she chose, and I have yet to make like these little 3D items on nail sets. So I'm really excited to do that. I have all the rhinestones for that, and I do have a lace stamping plate to do that lace background. So let's go over some of the items I'm going to use today before we get started painting together. So first thing is the yellow color. We are going to be using this shade. This shade is called Keep It from Color and Gel. Unfortunately, this company is no longer selling gel polishes. As her base shade, I will be using this one from ESVY. This one is Perfectionist. If someone does not choose a base shade, this is our store default. We are going to be using Function of Vex Super Sculpt to make 3D rings. And again, this one, this company is also going out of business. For the lace stamping, I do love using She Modern. This is their sticky stamping polish. And this one is white. It doesn't look white right now because I need to shake it. I love using this one. I do have a lot of her colors. I do use the black and white a lot. They're just amazing. For the lace detail that you see on this nail, like this, I will be using this stamping plate from Clear Jelly Stamper. This one is CJS 178. I think I'm gonna use this one or maybe this one. Like, depends on how I feel. We'll see what happens when we start stamping for that. And for the chrome that you see that is going to be painted onto like the little rings right here, I will use my Function of X chromes. I love their chromes and their pigments. I did stock up on their chromes just because they are beautiful. I will be using probably this gold to give that very good gold metallic color to the ring. So we'll be using this one. And then for all of the gems you see that are here on the ring parts, let's see. I have rhinestones. I have these ones. Kind of like these ones better. Probably either this one, and then if I have some, maybe if I need smaller ones, just because I am painting this on an extra short coffin nail, because if I use the bigger ones, sometimes it takes too much space and then I can't fit all of this pretty stuff. So for the caviar beads, again, it depends on the size. Let's see, probably this one. I have different sizes. These are the three smaller caviar beads that I have. So I'll probably play around with these and figure out what fits and looks better on the nail once I get to doing the decorations. Oh, for the brown, I do have this. It's pretty dirty and messed up, so don't come for me. This is my MPA palette. I put stickers on the top so I wouldn't tip it over. We'll probably be using one of these two browns to do the dots, like the polka dots like right here. Let's get started. All right, so first things first, gloves. Always wear gloves, especially when working with gel products, because we don't want no allergies here. I like these ones. They're black. They look good in videos. And they have a little bit of like they're a little bit thicker. And they have like a grip on it, which I like because then I can grip the nails a little bit better. Like, listen. Okay. Let's talk about how I prep the nails for making a set. So I did get all of her sizes already, and she has all of her sizes. She's one of my regulars. I put the tips on. I do file them just because I know sometimes they have little nubs at the end, so I want to make sure that's flat for nails. So if you notice on this one, that is just because I like to make sure that it stays flat. And then before I start painting, I will do my prep. So the very first thing is that I will use my Gel X prep. This one is meant to etch the top of it, and this is just, instead of, I know some people hand file them, I do not like doing that, so I will liquid etch it. And then once I do that, I will go in with my Young Nails Protein Bond just to add a little bit of an extra stick. Again, make sure you're wearing gloves. So what I'll do is I'll just get the stand like this, and making sure that I go in circular motions like that, and doing that for all 10 nails. And if it like feels like there's like still more liquid on there, I will just go move on to the next nail until I feel like it's a little too dry, and then get some more. Then I will go in with the Young Nail Protein Bond, and I will just lightly brush it on all of the nail tips. So when I do this step, I make sure that I'm actually ready to paint the nails, just because this stuff is sticky and lint gets stuck on it too. So I highly recommend that you are ready to start painting and not leaving it there for like 10-15 minutes, because dust will get on it. The rest of the nails in this set actually just need to start with the base shade, and I will paint 2 coats on each nail tip. And while we do this, especially if you're new here, my name is Sam. I am the owner of Stamped and Pressed. I started this business in 2021. I have been doing my own nails since I was a little girl. I actually had like a full wall of nail polish, which I wish I still had a picture of. I was always known to like paint my nails all the time. And then when I went to college, I still brought that whole collection with me, and I would always spend my time painting my nails or watching like nail tutorials on YouTube. I feel like it's just something that I've always wanted to do, or like love doing for myself. When I'm done painting like a layer, I do put it upside down just so that it self-levels just a little bit before I put it in the light. And so in 2020, I actually started discovering that I can do my own gel nails at home. So I used to do my own extensions. I did try to do like gel X on myself. I was getting married and I started making press-ons actually for myself, because I was tired of doing gel X, and then I started seeing like the horror stories of people getting like allergies and stuff from gel. So I was like, oh man, like I don't want to do this. So I started making press-ons for myself. And then one day my cousin was like, hey, maybe you should start selling those. And I was like, I don't think anyone would ever buy them. And I was wrong. People do like using them. It is a lot easier. And again, I have so many sets for myself, and I actually love making sets, especially for those who love nail art. One of my favorite nail sets I made was for one of my other regulars who went to Disneyland, and she went during Halloween. So she wanted like a ghost Mickey. And so I did it with like glitter, and it was just such a fun set to make. And then another friend went to Disneyland for Star Wars night. And so I made her a custom Star Wars set, which was also one of my other favorite Disney sets to make, just because I put an R2-D2 on there. So if ever you see it on my page, I love that set so much. I do work in education, so I do work for a school in my area. So I do this after school time. And the best part is that when I'm on breaks, I have more time to create. More recently, one of my coworkers was having a baby shower. So I made her a baby shower set that matched the theme, which was like dried flowers with ladybugs. So I already started with these for the base color. So this one is just the plain nail with polka dots. So we are just gonna put the polka dots on these. All right, so to do our polka dots, I like to get a dotting tool, or if I really need tiny ones, I just use my regular nail art brush, and that works perfectly fine. I'm thinking maybe we'll use the darker brown. Okay, and what I like to do when I'm doing my, oh my god, I don't even have my other light on. Oh my god, I don't even think that did anything. Oh my god. On. That did do something. Okay. Okay, so I'll take my dotting tool. I think we're gonna do this dark brown. So I'll dip in just a little bit, get my nail, and the way I like to do, oh my gosh, there's a lint. How chaotic is this video right now? I like to start in the middle, and then I go the top and the bottom, Try to keep them as evenly spaced as possible. Then on the sides, I will go and try and go just a little bit over. Try and get in between these two dots. So one there, one there, one here, and right there. And then I will try and take a look to see if I can fit another dot somewhere. It looks like naturally probably another dot would be here at the end. So I'll put another one here in that same row, and here, and then probably there would be another one here. So, and it would probably be like half a dot. So I'm not gonna put the whole dot in there just to make it look like that. So the thumb, pointer, and the middle nail, we will do the nail stamping. So this is just the steps that I follow when I do it. I know that nail stamping can be very confusing and frustrating for people, but I have found, obviously, practice makes perfect, and making sure you have the right tools. Invest in a really good stamper. I do like this one. This one is from Maniology. I also have quite a few from Clear Jelly Stamper. I think both of them are amazing, and that's kind of been the game changer for me. And whenever you are about to stamp, always clean the surface, because it will have like lint or whatever from the last time you used it, or leftover polish. And then what you want to do is pick whatever design you're going to do. Since this is a full nail, it'll be a little bit easier. And so what I'll do is, let's grab this one. So we're going to do this for the middle, pointer, and the thumb. So I'm going to try this lace pattern first. Another thing is make sure that you have some of your wipes ready and have some acetone. And also, if you are doing stamping, let the polish set for a while, because it is wet, and when you put gel on top of it, it will start lifting or it will not stick. I load up my brush. I will put a line as thick as I need it to be, just right at the top. I will grab my scraper, scrape in one direction, wipe it off a little bit, get this, and I like to roll it on top of it, and you see right here the picture, and then I will go ahead and just flip it over and immediately go straight to the nail like this, and then stamp down. I like to stamp straight down, because I have found that if I roll it from side to side, the picture or the image may also distort itself. So look, I have all of this on there. I will put it on my little tape here, and now it is all clean and ready for the next one. All right, now that I've cleaned my area a little bit, we are now going to do this pointer nail set while the lace sections are drying. So what we have to do is do the yellow with the polka dots, and then we will matte top coat it so that we can do the 3D design and put some chrome on top with all of the rhinestones and the caviar beads. So we're gonna take this yellow. So it looks like this one is like 3/4 of the way, so I'm gonna kind of do the same way. I'm thinking probably right about there would be a good spot. We're gonna talk about Super Sculpt. So I like this just because, one, it's clear, and then it's very, very thick. So it is very thick, like very thick. We're just gonna make like a whole like row of this. Now, when you're using 3D sculpting gel, do not touch this with your bare hands, please. I know that it's easier when it's with your thumb or like your fingers, but we don't want no allergies here. If you have to like have no gloves on for some odd reason, even just like using a paddle like this and just like using it's gonna take a while, obviously. But please, 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 do not use your hands. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my paddle, just like slowly move it through like this whole little thing so that it like flattens it out a little. So now these are done and they are ready for this little noodle to make the rings. So what you have to make sure is that you do a isolated chrome top coat or a matte top coat that you know that chrome will not stick to. So we're gonna make it a little bit thinner. I think that's a good thickness for it. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this with the tweezer. We're gonna lay it on top. Oh yeah, that's better. Place it where I want it to stay. I'm gonna use the silicone flat tool to just like wipe it off. And then I'll take that silicone tool and kind of make it like flatter on the edges. So what I like to do is we're gonna get this black gel paint from Glam, and then we're just going to paint on the ring surface with the black. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this whole part, and I will do the other ring off camera, and we will meet up for the chrome part. All right, so now they have the black on there. So then we'll go ahead and grab my chrome. We are going to use a makeup sponge. So we'll grab some of this and then just rub that on top. So I'll do a majority of it with this, and then as we get to like the top and bottom parts, I will use the silicone tool to kind of just get in that little crevice. I'm going to get just a regular sponge that I haven't used for chrome, and I like to use this to clean up the rest of the nail so that there's less of that chrome residue. Cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this gem grip glue, and we will get our rhinestones here and our caviar beads here. I'm just gonna put like a little, just like a line right here. We're gonna let's do the second smallest size. I'm going to get my rhinestone picker tool, and we're gonna go ahead and just try and alternate. So we'll do caviar bead, then we'll get a rhinestone, put it on this side and on the other side. Cool. It looks like there's a little bit more space on the side, but I think that I would rather leave a little bit of a gap there just to seal in the rhinestones a little bit more. So what we're gonna do is, because we're done with this one, we are going to seal it and top coat it. So to seal it, I usually will go over with a base coat, and then I will go over with the top coat. So I just use this one from Glam. This is their base coat. And then what I'll do is I'll go over the chromed area. So now that this is all cured, I'm gonna go in with my top coat. I have one specifically for anything that has glitter or chrome, just so that there aren't glitters in your top coats. So I'm gonna top coat the whole thing. Yes, I am top coating the rhinestone. I know a lot of people say not to do that. I'm gonna do it anyways. All right, we've got 4 nails completely done. We'll prep these, the ones with the lace, because I think they're ready. I always put base coat first, just in case I mess up with any of my regular polish. All right, so I have this Painted Petals palette from Lavis. So what I like to do is I like to just get a dotting tool, and I'll just gonna scoop a little bit of this yellow and put it on there. And then all we're gonna do is just take the nail, and then we're just gonna do a very light touch. Top coat time. I'm so excited. I'm actually really loving how it's looking so far. Ugh, I love it. And then that's it. All done.